Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jay from Heroes to Icons, and we're back for another must have comic book list for the week of June 10th, which I believe is the biggest week that we've had so far after we have come out of quarantine. Well, some of us have come out of quarantine. And today's a good day. As the time of this recording, it is June 4th, 2020, and I have been pretty much dating my wife for 31 years. So it's a great day for me. A great day to be married to a great woman, and a great day to be a comic book collector. We got doing things a little bit differently here. Gonna run down these books, and hopefully some of you will watch this video. We're thinking about stopping it, but it's like the only video that I do every single week, so we're gonna make it do what it do. First off, we're gonna start off with some indies this week. Start off with Join the Future #2 by Zach Kaplan and Peter Kowalski. Kowalski is doing cover A, and Tommy Lee Edwards is doing cover B. The Cimmerian, Red Nails #1 by Regis Hortier and Oliver Van Teen. A lot of covers for this. Didier Casagrane is doing cover A. Steve Morris is doing cover B. Victor Kalavec is doing cover C. Friz Cassis is doing cover D. Cover E is a wraparound cover by Didier Casagrane, and cover F is a Comic Kingdom, Virgin cover. Last of the indie books is a new one called Old Haunts #1 by Rob Williams, Ollie Masters, and Lawrence Campbell. That looks like some type of old cop thing or something. Have no idea what the book is about, but it looks hot. Moving over to Boom Studios, we have Go-Go Power Rangers #32 by Sina Grace, Ryan Perrott, and Francesco Martino. We got cover A is by Eleanor Carlini. Cover B is a wraparound foil cover by Carlini. Cover C is by Miguel Marcado, and cover D is by Amelia Vidal. Someone is Killing the Children #7 by James Tinian IV, and Weather Deladera is doing cover A, and Emma Rios is doing cover B. Got a couple of books from Marvel. This first pick here, I think, is a free litho. That's supposed to be a giveaway from Marvel, and Back in Action. Definitely something I want to pick up, if not two. And the art is by Joe Quesada. Really dope. So make sure when you go to your LCS, you ask them, do they have this little mini free giveaway litho? They should have plenty of them. The Black Cat #11 by Jed McKay and Carlos Villa. Cover A is by J. Scott Campbell, and cover B is by Greg Land, and that is a zombie cover. Daredevil #20 by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto. Cover A is by Julian Totino Tedesco, and cover B is by Will Sliney, and that is a zombie cover. Excalibur #10 by Tiny Howard and Marcus Toe, and has one cover, and that is by Mahmoud Asrar. Miles Morales Spider-Man #17 by Saladin Ahmed and Kamar Conero. Cover A is by Javier Garin, and cover B is a zombie cover by Nick Bradshaw. Next up, big week for these guys over here at Image Comics. We have a new one by Terry Dodson, Adventure Man #1 by Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson, and that has one cover by Terry Dodson. Bitterroot #8 by Chuck Brown, David F. Walker, and Sanford Green. Sanford Green is doing cover A, and Chris Visions is doing cover B, which is a homage to Purple Rain. And that also has a Virgin variant, and I believe Golden Apple Comics is the only one that has that. Decorum #2 by Jonathan Hickman and Mike Huddleston. And Mike Huddleston is doing both cover A and cover B. Excellence number 7 by Brandon Thomas and Carrie Randolph. Carrie Randolph is doing cover A, and Chris Brunner is doing cover B. Philadelphia number 6 by Rodney Barnes and Jason Shaw Alexander. Jason Shaw Alexander is doing cover A, and Jay Lee is doing cover B. Sonata number 10 by David Hine and Brian Haberlin. Haberlin is doing cover A, and Gerard Van Dyke is doing cover B. Stealth number 2 by Mike Costa and Nate Bellegrad, and Jason Howard, is doing cover A. Undiscovered Country, last book for Image Comics, I believe. Number 6 by Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, and Giuseppe Camacoli. Camacoli is doing cover A, and Sean Murphy is doing cover B. For the big boys this week, DC Comics, of course, the book everyone has been waiting for. Batman 92 by James Tynion IV and Jorge Jimenez. Yasmin Putri is doing cover A. Stanley Artgerm Lau is doing cover B. And cover C is that Jimenez Punchline cover, which is, I think, is like $50 to $60. Batman Secret Files number 3 by James Tynion and various others, and also by Sumit Kumar. Batman The Adventures Continues number 1 by Paul Dini and Ty Templeton. Cover A is by Dave Johnson. Cover B is by Dan Mora, which is slamming, and cover C is a blank variant. The Batman's Grave number 7 by Ron Ellis and Brian Hitch. Brian Hitch is doing cover A, and Frank Quietly is doing what looks like a nice rendition of The Dark Knight Returns for cover B. DC Classics Batman Adventures number 1, which I think is a reprint of the original Batman Adventures from back in the day. Flash 755 by Joshua Williamson, Jordi Tarragona, and Rafa Sandoval. Sandoval is doing cover A, and Matteo Scalera is killing it on that cover B. Justice League 46 by Robert Venditti and Exor Monaco. Gary Frank is doing cover A, and Clay Mann is doing cover B. One of the big books from DC this week. Another 80th anniversary. The Joker 80th anniversary 100-pager. And that is written and drawn by various different artists and writers. We have a slew of covers. Greg Capullo is doing the main cover, cover A. Art Adams is doing the 1940s cover. David Finch is doing the 1950s cover. Francesco Mattina is doing the 1960s cover. Jim Lee is doing the 1970s. Bill Sienkiewicz is doing the 1980s. Gabriel Dell'Otto is doing the 1990s. Lee Bermejo is doing the 2000s, and Jock is doing the 2010s. We also have an exclusive Stanley Artgerm cover, a blank cover, which I believe is a sketch cover, and the Midtown exclusive cover by N. Huck Lee. Take your pick, and I think there's more exclusive covers than that. Justice League Odyssey 21 by Dan Abnett and Cliff Richards. Cover A is by Jose Ladron, and cover B is by Scon. Lois Lane number 11. I believe this is the finale for this series by Greg Rucka and Mike Perkins. Perkins is doing cover A, and Joel Jones is doing cover B. Nightwing 71 by Jan Jurgens and Ronan Click. Cover A is by Mike Perkins, and cover B is by Alan Qua. And I think this book may start to tie into the Joker War, or whatever that is right there. Last book by DC Comics is Superman, the 100-page giant. And that may be one of the last ones that's coming out for that, if the news is correct. For our covers of the week, we have Batman, The Adventure Continues, number 1. The cover B by Dan Mora. Philadelphia number 6. The B cover by Jay Lee. Batman 92. The Stanley Artgerm Lau cover. The Joker 80th Anniversary, also the cover by Stanley Art Germ Lau. Bitterroot number 8, cover B by Chris Visions. And Excellence number 7, cover B by Chris Brunner. Fire. For our books of the week, we're going to go with the Joker 80th Anniversary, which would be pretty dope. Philadelphia number 6 by Barnes and Alexander. Batman 92 by Tinian and Jimenez. Lois Lane 11 by Rucka and Perkins, because it's the last one. And of course, which is always when this book comes out, Daredevil number 20 by Zdarsky and Cicchetto. All right, folks, that is it. And we hope that you are able to get all the books that you want and desire. Soon, and very soon, we'll be doing the 750 Road subscriber contest. As I said before, look out for that. Just got to get this Wonder Woman 750 so I can draw on it first. So I'll catch you guys at the same bat time and at the same bat channel. Peace.